Check the description below for timestamps on certain points of the walkthrough. Welcome to Death Mountain, guys. As we go down Death Mountain, there are actually quite a bit of tough enemies you're going to need to watch out for, like the Gorias who throw out the boomerangs at you, as well as the Dairas who throw the axes. But there is a quick way to get through here, and what you're going to want to do is get through here with as much health as possible. So firstly, we're going to take the cave on the right. You're going to want to watch out for these bots since they will lunge right at your face. Make sure you kill them all. And as before, just continually attack him, jump up and hit his face, just like you would with an iron knuckle. If you need to, go ahead and heal. From here, you're going to take the cave on the right. Now to kill these Octo Rocks, all you have to do is jump up and slash as you come down. And just continue all the way to the end. Take the cave on the right again, and watch out for these egg bats. Most enemies here will actually drop magic vases for you, so pick them up. Make sure to heal, and then pick them up. And after you're done getting through all of them, continue to the right. Avoid going up this elevator since it'll take you the wrong way. As for the Daira here, fight him just like you would an iron knuckle and he'll go down quickly. After done all that, continue all the way to the right until you exit. From here, you're going to take the bottom right path. Now continue across the bridge, but watch out for the enemies here. Make sure to block their attacks and do not stop. They will keep coming and it will become harder and harder to deal with them, especially if there are way too many on a screen at once. Take the bottom right cave. And make sure to kill the bots, since you're going to end up finding a red Daira. If you have jump, go ahead and use it, and jump up to higher platforms to get that blue magic vase. Otherwise, you're going to end up having to fight this red Daira. Like before, fight him as you would with the previous enemies. If you're very low in health, go ahead and level up your life. Otherwise, go ahead with attack. And after you finally kill that red Daira, continue hitting right until you reach the exit. And take the cave on the bottom left. From here, you're going to watch out for the blue Goria. Now take the bottom cave. As for this Goria, it's a little bit easier. Once you see the axe behind its head, move forward, hit it, and then back away, out of the range of its attack. And that should stop you from getting hit too much. After you're all done that, continue heading to the right. And take the bottom right cave. Watch out for the Goria, who's going to be charging right at you in a bit. And then after you're done that, watch out for the second Goria and the blue bot. Make sure to take advantage of the red potions. Heal whenever you need to. And now that we're out of Death Mountain, head left and enter into Spectacle Rock. From here, watch out for the red Dairas. Just as you would fight an Iron Knuckle, jump over their axe and slash at their face. Make sure to also watch out for Louders, and this red egg bat, once it hits the ground, it turns into a fire-breathing demon bat who shoots fireballs, so watch out for that too. And in the next room, we'll find our next key item, the hammer. Take the elevator down. And if you're in need of magic to heal yourself, go ahead and head to the left to find a red potion. As for these Mews, avoid them until we find your next sword technique, which is the downward slash. And it is incredibly useful, so make sure to, once you get it, to abuse it. Don't bother ducking for these guys, all you do is stand in front of them and slash at their face until they jump into your attack. Grab the red potion and heal if you need to. This time, instead of taking the left path, you're going to go to the right of the elevator. Be careful the next red Daira and wait for him to throw his axe before you jump up and slash him. In this room, you're going to want to watch out for the single Mew that's in the middle platform. Don't jump until it throws itself off the edge. Continue on, and in the next room, you'll find your hammer. Continue on, and you'll find an orange Goria. As usual, wait for it to attack, then jump in and hit it and slash at it. Use the same tactics you've always been using to destroy the red Daira. Now that we've got the hammer, exit the same way you came in. Now the next thing we need to do is get our second magic container. Destroy the rock just to the left and walk into the tile and you'll fall into the hole to get your next magic container. Now all you need to do is head left until you exit. From here you're going to want to go right of where you exit Death Mountain and enter the cave. In here, you're going to want to watch out for the Octo Rocks, who will knock you off if you're not careful, so make sure to always be standing and slashing. And once you're out, continue heading up the east side of Death Mountain until you reach Mido Cave. Now head across this bridge and watch out for the enemies that are here. Once you're through, you're going to want to head to the south of the road to find yourself a 1-up doll. Follow the road back up and avoid going into the graveyard here. Going to graveyard means you'll enter into random encounters with enemies that will take away your experience points every time it hits you. Try to get back onto the road and enter the harbor town of Mido. If you're low on magic, you're going to need to speak to a magic healer since you'll need the jump spell in order to get one of Link's sword attacks. Go ahead and find an old lady who recovers your magic. After you're done that, activate your jump spell, get a running jump, and jump up to the second floor of this chapel. Once inside, continue all the way to the right, and you'll find the first Hyrule soldier. Now that you know downward stab, things will be a lot easier for you. There are only a few enemies who are immune to the sword technique, like the Stalfos and the Iron Knuckles. As for Red Dairas and Gumas, they are vulnerable to it, but you must be careful not to land in a spot where they're moving towards, otherwise you will still take damage. And once you got the sword technique, head into the third segment of town to find the old woman in the first house of the third segment. She requires medicine, so we're going to need to exit Mido Town. Now there are only a couple more places we're going to need to go to. One is a cave that holds a point bag, so destroy this rock blocking the way. And continue north up the road. If you recognize this road, this leads you directly to Rauru Town, but we're not going to go there. Our goal is this cave to the right. This holds a heart container at the end. As for these Mews, you can now use downward thrust. Make sure you jump and hold down until you hit the enemy. Make sure to continue holding down as you're hitting the enemy so that your attack doesn't stop midway. So get past the Goria and the ladders. And you'll find your next heart container. From here, you're going to want to head due west and enter the first cave you see along the mountainside. These enemies are rather easy, just wait for them to jump into your slash. Get rid of the orange Goria by using a downward thrust. After you're done all that, head into the next room and grab the point bag. Now our last goal is to get the medicine for the old lady to help her daughter. And from here you're going to head due south, past this marsh, back to where we found our first 1-up doll. Head west along the road. And now that you have your hammer, you can destroy this rock here. And get past all these bagus and ladders, being careful not to let them group up, otherwise you're gonna take a lot of damage. At the end of this cave will be the medicine you've been looking for. Destroy the orange Goria, who is blocking the way. And then the red Daira, and the second red Daira. After that's all done, grab the medicine and head straight back to Mido Town. Try to stay on the road, especially if your health is low, otherwise head to Saria Town to heal up and then go straight back to Mido Town. Now that we're back in Mido Town, head back to the third segment of town after healing and give the medicine to the old lady. So now we have the fairy spell, we can take on the third palace, but before that, we need to put the second crystal into Midoro Palace, which is just to the northwest of Mido Town. This is the end of part 3. In part 4, we're going to be going into Midoro Palace. If you're interested in more NES walkthroughs, SNES walkthroughs, PlayStation, or PC walkthroughs, go ahead and click that card on the top. Otherwise, this is Vault, and I'll see you guys in the next one.